This is an online hater. You've probably met one before. They don't mean well, but they're harmless. I used to be the guy who would eagerly jump into a comment section just to own a hater, to show them just how wrong they were. I would comment something like ratio and then watch all the likes roll in. It just felt so good to have the last word. But it's not like Peter MacDonald fixed online haters. You know, they're gone now. Thanks, Peter. You're the man. Woohoo! Give that guy a gold star. Nice shot. And then I would say something like, actually, that's really nice of you. Thank you for saying that. You guys are the best. But when I realized it just left me empty, I started to question, why were they even there in the first place? What led them to leave a comment like that? And here's what I've noticed, right? I don't have a big problem with acne, but the friends of mine that are the quickest to notice it are usually the ones who struggle the worst with acne. And it's interesting. It's like I'll get a pimple and I don't really even notice it, but then they'll point it out. And the reason that they're making a note of it is because they think everybody notices it. However, online, you've got this wall of anonymity, of anonymity. But anyway, here's the deal. I hated these guys, right? Like, with a burning passion, these guys are the worst. Like, a guy could have made a negative comment, and so I would think, this guy deserves to die. Something like Ben Shapiro was my hero. It's like empathy was not something I was interested in showing to any of these people, because they tried to hurt me, and they don't deserve it. But in actuality, this is a very cruel way to live your life. Because if I had that same upbringing, and I had the same pains and traumas that they had, I would be a fool if I think that I wouldn't do the same thing. Learning empathy is much more about humility for yourself than compassion for the other person. I'm not inherently more valuable of a person than they are, and yet I have a piece that they lack. Without that background of humility, you're just looking for a fight, and no one will win. Cultivating empathy is not easy. In the same way that hurt people hurt people. Loved people love people, and if you haven't received that empathy from another person, you can't artificially create it. And so, who are the people in your life that fill you up, that pour into you the most, who truly love you? You need to surround yourself with these types of genuine people, or else you will never be able to get out of this loop of aggression. You know, when a husband and a wife are in an argument, who loses? It's like you could say the husband as a joke, but in actuality, the answer is the children, who are the most influenced by the interaction of the husband and wife, or will be the most negatively influenced by their aggression. And so in the same way, when your peers who look up to you, or your followers, watch you respond to a hater with hatred, they will never know how to respond to another person with empathy and compassion to diffuse the situation. For the sake of the people who believe in you the most, be humble. So now I choose to first try to understand the person that I'm speaking with. And one of the simplest ways to guarantee that that always happens is to not engage in those online debates that I loved when I was 16. Seek meaningful conversations with the people in your life, because it will not leave you empty. It will fill you up and allow you to be the bigger man. When you get a bad comment, treat them with respect, because the way that you treat them might be the only joy that they received that month. How cruel would it be for us to deny them that opportunity to witness the love of another person when obviously they're so hurt and broken already? What a sad way to put somebody else down who doesn't know the love of another person. And what's interesting is that this philosophy applies to real life assholes too. It's like they're broken people. The only thing that the online jerks get is that level of being anonymous. If you can first understand them and then treat them with love and respect, it could make the world of difference. And so even these small encounters are important. And so make sure you make the right decision. Thanks for watching today's video. On my channel, we explore the philosophy behind business and life and just the principles that I'm learning as I'm growing. I would appreciate it if you would subscribe, but if you haven't seen enough of my content yet, go check out my video here and you can watch about the philosophy behind financial freedom and what it actually is from an ancient perspective. Take care.